With the 7th generation of gaming around the corner, seriously, the Xbox 360 was about to release in a month. Neversoft had one more game for the 6th generation, and that game was Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, released October 18, 2005, for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, Xbox 360, and GameCube. This game once again has a new story. It's much better than Tony Hawk's Underground 2's story, and even better than Tony Hawk's Underground 1. In this game, you have to pick from 4 pre-made male skaters. No girl skaters. Sexism! I'm sure it's for the ending of the game where you get the girl. Homophobia! We are lucky this group of skaters are decently diversified, or else social justice warriors will throw a fit. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland stars a nameless skater trying to escape his hometown, which I can assume is Kentucky, where we meet our fellow skateboard enthusiast and artist, Mindy. She dreams of one day publishing her own skate magazine named American Wasteland. At the same time, help her and her friends rebuild a long-forgotten skate park called the Skate Ranch. Throughout the game, you complete goals to earn new pieces for the park, which is ironically the worst level in the game. It's a clusterfuck of a level. This game was supposed to have no loading screens, which is true, but it's hidden through hallways you skip through. You know this because the game skips a little, letting you know something's loading up, and sometimes causing the game to freeze altogether. I like how they integrated the Create a Skater feature into the level through shops without leaving the game. But it would have been better if it was just one shop instead of like 3. What I mean is, have one shop at each level with everything in it. One shop with clothing, glasses, skateboards. Maybe another shop for hair and tattoos, but just have it all together. Instead of having all the essential new tricks from the previous games from the get-go, you have to learn them as the story goes, which might be a negative for some, but I think it's pretty cool. It's like a journey, with the addition of the sponsored challenges to increase your stats. What I mean is, you suck at the beginning, and you progressively get even better as the story goes on. For the first time ever, you can play on Xbox Live. Lil Jon and Billy Joel from Green Day are in the game. There's a new move called the Bird Slide, which is pretty cool. And there's another move called the Boned Ollie, which is an easier way of doing the boneless without actually doing the boneless. While doing a grab trick, you can perform backflip, front flips, rolls. It works. This game has it all. For some reason, there's BMX in this game. I guess this is unofficially Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 3? I mean, he even makes a cameo in this game. The controls are totally different from skating, which is pretty stupid. You can hit people with skateboards, which is always cool. The soundtrack is awesome as always. So there's that. I guess my only problem with this game is that it's too easy to beat. I mean, it basically takes away all the challenges. Like, for example, you would start a mission and you'll see some marking saying, grab here, do a kickflip there, grind here. While in previous games, you pretty much had to figure it out. This game is overall a great game. I think this game is the last great Tony Hawk game. I'm not saying Tony Hawk's Project 8 and Proving Ground were bad, but it's just not as good. Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam, released October 24th, 2006 for the Nintendo Wii, PlayStation 2, Game Boy Advance, and Nintendo DS. I know this game came after Tony Hawk's Project 8, but I just thought I should get this game out the way. There isn't much I can say about this game, because I've only played it at one time. I rented it from Hollywood Videos. I just remember I had a lot of fun with it. Who knows, I may revisit it one day in the future when I get a hold of a copy, because I can't for the life of me remember the soundtrack. This game is actually not developed by Neversoft at all. It was developed by Toys for Bob, actually. From what I can remember about the story, it is similar to Tony Hawk's Project 8. I'll explain that when I get to that, so yeah. It's basically a downhill racing game, similar to the original concept that Neversoft was going to do for the whole franchise back in 1998, except that you can knock the crap out of opponents and do impossible tricks. That's all I can really tell you about the game, because everything else is just a blur to me right now. I only had experience with the Wii version, so I don't really know much about the PS2 version, but I really had a lot of fun with the Wii version. Most people don't like the motion controls, but for this game, it was pretty awesome for me.